Hi there. I'm just going to go through our IPO Candy 2022 review deck and just give you a feel for sort of how we sift through this and look for longs and shorts. You've got the ability to download the values only sheet, so you can do this for yourself. And of course, you can look at the PDFs that we put up and our observations that we put in the post. But if you want to do it yourself, I always enable the top row to be used as a filter. So you can search by industry, specific industry, some of the things that we actually put in. And in this case, just to give you a feel, we've got a couple things we compute, like burn rate, which is the quarterly change in cash versus the cash pulled in from at least Y charts most recently. So in this case, um, this company has a very negative cash burn. It's a biotech, so it's not shocking, but it is something that we can sort on, and we can kind of look at what are the companies burning the most amount of cash relative to the cash on hand. So that's a filter I use to kind of look at and see if there might be some names in here. I don't know if any of these made my list. Let's just have a quick look over here with the symbols. Yeah, like there's a few. So Applied Blockchain, Credo, and Ivanhoe Electric are all names I put on the short bias list in the note. They are burning cash. And as you can see, like market cap to revenues, also very high for some of these. Admittedly, they're going to ramp revenues, et cetera. But, Credo is a networking technology company at 20 times revenues. I don't know. They've got good cash, and it's they can weather the storm. But $2 billion market cap. I mean, that's something we want to dig into, right? 20 times sales, 2 billion market cap, networking solutions. Might be a great business, but it could be cut in half at these levels. Same with Ivanhoe Electric, which they position themselves as an EV metal company. They're actually more about copper probably than anything else. But anyway, this is how you look for things, not necessarily something that's conclusive. You've got to go dig out the filings, and you can't rely on any of these Y charts numbers because a lot of them are just wrong. The other thing we can kind of look at is maybe market cap to revenue, kind of look at some of the smaller ones. And as you can see, there's a little bit of green here. These are all talked about in the note, the green ones anyway. It might be early for FGI. They make things for your home like cabinets and bathrooms, a lot in the remodeling segment. Stock's been beaten down, but revenues are declining. They're going to have to come through this cycle. And the question is, where do you buy it? I mean, this is a company that can earn $1 a share. The stock's at $2, but they're going to earn 40 cents this year. They might even lose money this year. Who knows? But that's pretty interesting, right? Could earn $1, stock's at $2. We'll see. It's on our housing recovery list, along with a bunch of other very cheap names. Treasure Global, I mean, this is a weird company, but it's a Malaysian payments company. Malaysia is an interesting developing market. Stock's cheap. So again, a place to start to do some work. Giga Cloud is a China company. We don't do a lot of work in China, but they're in the logistics freight area, which continues to be hot. There's Flexport. There's other companies here. We might be through the worst of the supply chain, but I would say that supply chain issues are going to remain strategic for a long time. So there are a bunch of companies in that space. I wouldn't give up yet on looking at these, even though we're in a down cycle. And you see there's a couple others here. This is a fast food joint, but it's ramen noodles. Even in a recession, you probably can afford ramen noodles. Genius Group, online education for entrepreneurs. Clearly, no one believes it, given the valuation. Reborn Coffee. Coffee is a consumer staple. It's pretty recession resistant, and it belongs on the list of potential longs. Another short that popped up is this A-Tour Lifestyle. This is a Chinese hotel chain. You can see it's got a pretty astronomical market cap to rev for a hotel company. We know that there's a big China reopening going on, so I wouldn't run in front of this one, but it's on the list as a potential short. So that's something we're going to look at. 2.7 billion market cap, actually 3.3. Sorry, these are actually old. I deleted these in the sheet you're looking at. 3.3 billion, so 10 times revenues. They do have cash. We'll see. We may look at that one as a something to pair maybe with some other cheaper China plays, if you will. So those are some of the sorts that I do. You obviously can play with this yourself. You can just say, well, I want to look at, I just want to look at the biggest revenue names. So if you, this isn't meant to be an Excel lesson here, but if you just want to kind of look at revenues, you can look at, you've got a couple of big financial services companies. You've got Bausch & Lomb, which is your ultimate sort of consumer safety play. Mobileye, we've written about. We published a note on that. It's a little expensive at $32 versus where we came into it, but I still think that's a name that we want to own. So we're still positively disposed there. And you got a couple of energy plays, which we're not huge in energy. But anyway, that's this is kind of how you play with this the spreadsheet. Your columns may differ a little bit because we get rid of old data. If you want the Y charts instrumented version of this, just email me, chris@ipocandy.com, and we'll get you the Y charts version. Obviously, you have to be a paying customer for that. Otherwise, it won't pull it in. And finally, there is a long descriptions page. All this is a text expanded description, so that if you want to kind of at your leisure sit back and just kind of page through these and see what you can learn from looking at some of these companies, irrespective of their performance and valuation. I do that, going back 10 years of IPOs, because you'd be surprised how many of these things fall off the radar and never get picked up again. All right, well, that gives you an overview of these sheets. I hope they're useful. We'll be publishing some more that are more sector focused over the course of this quarter. We'll hit all the main sectors that we follow, and we'll include a bunch of historical names as well from the last 10 years that are all in the themes that we're following, like health tech and stuff like that. All right, as usual, if you have any questions, please contact me. I hope you find the information useful. If you do, please feel free to spread the word. And thanks very much for listening.